The saga begins. DC versus the vampires. World War V, Chapter 1. 9 months ago, John Stewart and Kyle Reiner make their way back from the cosmos as they head towards Earth. John says to Kyle, something is wrong. Isn't it the middle of the summer in the northern hemisphere? As they land to the ground, touchdown. Looks like a blizzard out there or something though. John says, did you see any signs of life on the way down? Kyle responds, did they beat us here somehow? No, this is something else. There is no sign of a fight. This looks more like an evacuation or John turns real quick. A plague? Blue Beetle. What's going on? Where the heck is everyone? The Beetle replies, you guys have been gone for a long time, huh? Kyle says, as best as I can tell, we've been gone for almost a year. Hal Jordan thought he discovered a threat on the other side of the cosmos and asked us to investigate while he gathered reinforcements. He was right, but help never came. We ended up caught in a war between the John turns real quick. Where is Hal? Vixen says, I'm sorry, John Stewart. Hal did not make it. They killed him early in the fight. John says, who killed him? In a stern voice. The humans, responds one of the vampire henchmen. I can't quite make out who this guy is. My apologies. But Blue Beetle gives the order. Tear them apart. John is like, what? Kyle as well. Suddenly, John armors up with a big Gatling gun and Kyle musters a more like a mech armor. John says, look alive, Rainer. Take them out quickly, but make sure to leave one for questioning when this is done. Kyle responds real quick. I'm on it. They open fire, blast on the whole crew of crazy, ugly, smell of death vampires. Doom, 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 doom. Blast away. Kyle says, wherever they are, there's a lot of them. Whatever they are, there's a lot of them. Change of plans. We can't let them surround us. Get on it. Stop them, says the vampire. John says, I can't tell if this is the coolest thing we've ever done or the most humiliating. If you have to ask, as he swings and bashes a whole baton of vampires. Must I do everything myself? What? Oh, that's Wonder Woman? Diana? Oh, she's like leading the pack. She comes through, blasts through the armor, knocks Kyle to the ground as well as John, knocks him out of the form of the Rhino. Kyle, his mech armor is gone. Man, what a fall they took. John hits the ground hard. So does Kyle. Diana says, welcome back to Earth, Kyle Rayner. Much has changed since you've been gone. I'm starting to notice that, says Kyle with the quick, quirk, smart mouth. You've made a terrible mistake, says Diana. I think you're right, as he musters up a green sword, blocking Diana's attack. He says, I'm going to need a bigger sword. But my gosh, this sword looked more like a giant fly swat. But he swats Diana away as if she was a fly. But she just shrugs it off, blood dripping from her mouth. You joke in the face of your own death? I would call such a thing bravery if I could not taste the fear on your skin from here, says Diana. Man, she's looking fierce and savage. Kyle screams, John, run! As Diana charges and lunges her sword through Kyle's back, piercing right through his chest. Blood splatters out. John looks up and screams, Kyle! As he flies up, knocking the herd of vampires that's swarming and surrounding him, trying to beat him. What is this? As John flies into the air, we have the big Loch Ness monster looking Darby here, who jumps up, opens his mouth, and chomps down on John, swallowing him whole. As he falls back to the ground and tends to transform partially to a human, but he's still the big, large, Vulcan trickster snake. He wasn't yours to eat, didn't he? Says Vixen. He was going to get away. I had to do something. Typical. You are the most self-centered, says Denby. He's looking a little shook here. He's like, something doesn't feel right. Suddenly, sick freak, screams out John as he bursts open Denby from the inside, splattering him to pieces. Don't you get it? As the other vampires tend to come back swarming over him. We came back to save you. As it tends to get dark, you see John's hand comes through the herd only to reveal that his ring has come off. You know what that means. John is dead, and so is Carl. It's not us that needed saving, says Diana, the vampire Wonder Woman, as the Green Lantern rings float to the sky. Ugh.